Hi Annapurna. Hi Anup. Very good
Hi,
evening.
sir. Good evening to you.
Hi,
Yeah,
good evening.
good evening. Great, great. So thank you so much, guys. So to all of viewers, a very good evening on a Sunday, and welcome to the informal boardroom, the Startup Sunday today. So we have two very interesting and diverse folks talking to us today. So let me start with Annapurna. She's the founder of Mentor Box, and and women entrepreneurs. They are much needed in our ecosystem. They're much needed in our community. So thank you so much, Annapurna, for joining us today, and looking forward to your conversations.
Thank you for having me here, and it's a pleasure. And thank you for giving a perspective about why entrepreneurs are required. And always favoring women empowerment. I feel more number of women should take up business because it's nothing that is a taboo, right? Uh, as was the consensus, I think even women can do great business. Actually, they can do even better because they already deal with such a lot of people in real life, right? Whether it's family and your business or your the people you work with is somewhat, I feel, I keep them as my own family, and you have to just somehow work with all of them and get things done. So that's what my perspective is.
Absolutely, and to manage the various pushes, the pulls, and still have a work-life harmony is something so critical, and we learn from all of you. Okay, so thank you for that.
Right.
Thank you so much. And then I have Anup, who's also a good friend. So Anup is in a not exactly technology, but he's an entrepreneur. He's a founder. He has his own food restaurant and startup business, which is Ioli. You grill, or rather Anup, you grill and we chill, right? That's what.
Always, always.
So what's your story, Anup?
It's been a long journey, and trust me, it wouldn't be so emphatic, charismatic, and interesting if I wasn't working with you, Shastri sir. Huh? I
Many
need to
years
give you
ago,
that
many
credit.
years
Yeah,
back.
many years back. But trust me, whatever we inherited from your teaching is we are carrying forward. And trust me, if it was not done the hard way, you made us cry honestly. But if that wasn't done, today we wouldn't survive in the market. And the credit goes to everybody. So it's been a long and very interesting journey for me. It started with the ground level at the Taj Westin, and then grew up the first guy to take interdepartment transfer from F&B to the front office. Did concierge,
A very tough life it was for Anup. So I think Anup, you have a small connectivity issue, but the background is that Anup used to work with the Taj West End. We used to be together. Very physically demanding, very tough, long hours. But we manage the situation, man, and that's what matters. So Anupana, till Anup figures out the technology solutions to his network, you had something to present, isn't it? You had a few
Right,
slides to
right,
talk about
right, right.
MentorBox. So would you like to share about that, please?
Definitely. So I'll just share my screen, right?
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah,
It's not visible yet, but yeah,
yeah. Once again, I'll just share it up. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Can
perfect.
you see it now?
Yes, boss. Very clear. Go ahead, Anu.
Yeah. So basically, let me start with the introduction about MentorBox, right? So MentorBox is an initiative to bridge the gap between mentors and mentees. And what do we mean by mentors and mentees is the first question which every person in the audience would have. A mentor is someone who allows you to see the hope inside yourself, right? When people ask me that can any professional with a lot of experience be a good mentor, I beg to differ and say that no. Mentorship requires, apart from professional experience, a very touch of warmth and high emotional intelligence, where you're able to understand the other person and give him the best way forward in his life, right? In terms of coaching, or even in terms of the kind of programs or the kind of mindset, also, right? You tell him to go ahead with. So that's what essentially a mentor is. While a mentee can be any individual who wants to take guidance from someone experienced, uh, whether professional, whether young, and starting young can actually give you a very big head start in your professional experience ahead, right? And hence our motto, bridging gaps, transforming lives, right, comes into picture. Moving ahead, right? Sorry. So what's the problem statement? There's a lot of lack of formal, effective structures to mentor young adults, right, towards productive career goals by understanding their human potential. We did a short market research on some X number of students, and 80% of them felt that they actually wanted mentorship. They felt that this guidance is required and it could actually help them. We did this among almost 1,000 students in pairs of 150 to 200, and all of them had the same perspective, right? And it was across the age groups. So that led us to feel that led us to feel that yes, what we are doing or our perspective is right, and we started mentorship, right? So our solution is basically we've created an online app environment where mentors connect with mentees, right? And basically, you first understand your human potential through a personalized psychology and AI based learning ecosystem. You understand what you should do ahead, right? Whether you're even on the right path based on what currently your potential is, right? Through both our mentorship programs as well as our AI and psychology based tests that you go through. And then we help you grow through our mentorship programs, whether it is for soft skills, upskilling sessions, right? Or whether it is through coaching and mentorship, right? So coaching is again another perspective where you basically guide a person how he should go ahead in life, and has nothing to do with technical capabilities, but rather just giving the person the motivation and making him set goals and moving ahead with him, right? So that he's able to achieve everything correctly. So in short, that's what we are. And this is just a small view of our app. It's going to go live, and what it's going to do for you guys, right? And yeah, so that's about it from what mentorbox is. Yeah, so
Interesting, very interesting. So, Anupata, why did you want to do this? What is the inspiration or the reason or the logic behind this? What is it that is driving you to do what you're doing?
So basically, I've been after college. I've worked for around 1 to 2 companies, and there I felt, even when I was at a higher post, as in I started off as a software engineer, then I became a senior software engineer, then I became a software engineer module lead. So I felt that the people who were working under me or with me, right, they were very skilled, but they lacked proper mentorship. They didn't know how to showcase their skills, right? And that was the main reason that they were not able to, go ahead and basically they felt stuck in life, but the reason was not their skill set, but rather they didn't have the right guidance, right? And me as an individual, because I had guidance from my father, who is a very experienced professional, so everyone doesn't have that. So I felt that if this mentorship could be given to everyone, then everyone would be able to take a correct stride in life and reach their goals in time, and would not be able to have that perspective that why am I not going ahead in life. It's basically your motivation which keeps you ahead, and also that guidance which is actually required.
Very impressive, Anupata. Thank you so much for sharing this. Anup, welcome back, sir.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
you were just talking about your grounding in Taj and
Yeah.
how you moved from department to department. So isn't that the life of an entrepreneur, that you have to have the ability to handle many different things? So
It is. It is basically at the end of the day, if you're an entrepreneur handling your own brand, the care that you take to bring it up, it's phenomenal. And in case if you don't multitask, you will not be able to do it. So one entrepreneur cannot be sitting inside a room and trying to work it out. Yes, that's a sign of a very good manager. But at the end of the day, if you need to be your own boss, you need to be on the floor, you need to be on sky, you need to be doing any and everything that is required to build a brand. So that's very, very important.
fantastic. Anup, if you can just talk about IOLI and where you are and what it does and everything. No, just quickly talk about that also.
Yeah, sure, sure. See, Aioli was incepted in the year 2010, and that was the results of I used to be associated with Satyam Computers, and I used to take care of the operations for continental Europe, based out of in Germany. The world knows what went wrong with Satyam or did not go wrong with it. But that was the time that I, made a decision that, okay, I am heading back home and giving shape to my passion that I always wanted to have a restaurant of my own. And 2010 February was the month that I came back. And instead of taking a job again in any of the corporates, I decided that let Aioli be born again. And 15th August, Aioli was incepted. It's about 10 years now that we are into hospitality. We have created a very big brand for ourselves in Bangalore. Won the award with nothing less than MasterChef Australia, all three of them. Best Mediterranean fusion restaurant in Bangalore. So that was a very, very proud moment for us. Happy to share that today we have three branches. Kalyanagar is one. Cunningham Road, which was inaugurated in the month of February 14 to 2020. We'll never forget that date. And then we have a sports bar at the Bangalore Club, which is on the Lavely Road, Residency Road. So I operate three outlets there. And what a journey it has been. And we always say that, me and my team, we always say that we grill, you chill. That's a concept dynamic.
That's a nice one, Anup. If you have something to quickly do a screen share on, you're most welcome to do that. You can just give the addresses if you have something ready, even if it's a menu screenshots or whatever it is. If you have
Yeah, sure. I'll do that for you. Give me a minute.
Yeah. And while he's doing that, Annapurna, when I'm going to come back to you, we are going to ask you questions about your own mentor board, your own coaching. Who do you look up to, and also the couple of challenges that you're facing. So just you can prepare yourself for that. All right?
Sure, definitely.
Yeah.
So basically, I really want to share this with you because this is something very interesting.
Okay.
And we take... So that's our Kalyanagar outlet. It's an open air because in this pandemic, there's something which cannot be neglected is the health and care of everybody, the diners. So there is no air conditions at all. This is the newly opened Cunningham Road, which is the same place where Casa Piccola used to be. And that's again non-air conditioned. And that's our Bangalore Club. We've been in different medias, leading electronic and print medias. And this is the platter, how it looks like when you dine. Lots of salad, lots of bread, lots of healthy meat. It's all done over charcoal and oak wood fire. We do not use gas at all in our restaurant. So that gives you a very distinct taste when you dine at Aioli. So as I said, we grill, you chill.
That's a nice one, right? And Anup, very quickly, like, what are the challenges that you're facing right now? I mean, how are things in terms of business? How are you trying to overcome all this?
Okay, I'll try to be as brief as possible.
Please.
The hospitality industry is one of the most affected, along with tours and travels and leisure. Unfortunately, we have not got any single helping hand from anybody to lift up this industry. So who lifts this industry is the boss, along with the team members of their individual restaurants and hotels, does that. The basic concept that I am following in all three outlets of Aioli is a very thinking thing that you do a briefing on every day where you boost the morale of people, whether people are coming to dine in or not. But the people who are coming to dine in, you need to be treating them like a king. That has always been our trademark of Aioli, and that's why people keep coming back. How do you get your regular diners, regular guests that you have earned all this through the years, coming and dining, that they believe that, okay, if I dine at Aioli, I will be taken care of all health, safety, and hygiene. This is the trust that we have built in. So all the 10 years is going to come up now and show the results. The challenges that again you face is the manpower that is happening. Now, again, before I go onto the manpower, one thing needs to be addressed in the hospitality business is because the pandemic, the business is not what it used to be. Trust me, it's about 20 or 30% what it was a few months ago. A lot of people would have decided that, okay, I'm going to cut short my menu, I'm going to cut short my service, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, so that I make maximum profit out of it. Now Aioli operates with a total different mindset. Whatever dishes that we had on the menu pre-pandemic and post-pandemic are the same. Why? Because I do not have any rights for the diners who are coming and dining with us to say that, sorry, this is not available. Sorry, that is not available. Giving the reason of pandemic, I do not have. Because the minute you disturb the diners today, they're going to never turn back, or rather they would have a second thought in case if they want to come and give the first preference to Aioli to come and dine. So it's basically a team efforts that everybody puts together. Individual attentions to the table needs to be taken care of the employees in the best possible way, because they are facing
Okay, so it happens again, huh, Anupurna? So the queue is yours then, huh, till Anup comes back. So Anupurna, as I said, who are your mentors and coaches? What are the challenges that you are facing? How are you going about, figuring this out? Anup, are
so
you back?
they are
Okay, he didn't even realize that's amazing about technology, right? So till he comes back, no worries, Anupurna. You want to go ahead, please?
so they are the one who are
Okay, he's back.
making you, sorry, I don't know why this
No,
is
no, don't worry,
happening.
don't
Never
worry.
happens, but
No, no,
Don't
no.
worry.
my
Don't worry,
sincerity,
don't worry.
my
Don't worry,
sincerity.
don't worry.
So these are the guys who are facing and giving a distinction to your brand, giving a definitions to your brand. So if you take care of your employees, they are going to take care of your brand. As simple as that.
Awesome, awesome. So what you're saying is take care of your employees because they are the ones who are going to be facing up to the customer, and you got to take good care of them.
Absolutely,
And the
absolutely,
other learning is as an entrepreneur, of course, you are in a physical space, so you have to be
absolutely.
visible to customers. But otherwise, also, even if you're in a digital world, having regular
Yes,
engagement, conversations with your customers and your other
yes.
stakeholders is so critical. Fantastic, Anup. That's really nice. Okay. So now
Very,
we
very critical. Very critical. Yes.
perfect, perfect. Thanks, man. So now we switch over to Anupurna. So Anupurna, just to
Pleasure.
again say the mentors, the coaches. Yeah, thanks, Anup. Yeah. So Anupurna, would you like to go ahead?
Yeah. So, our mentors and coaches are basically individuals, right? When there are two types, right? That one is for the technical upskilling sessions and mentorship, and the other one is for the coaching sessions on soft skills training, right? So, for soft skill training, we actually enable or give a sort of training to our existing mentors if they want to, and we also have our own set of soft skills trainers who teach the students or young professionals that how they can train themselves in essential skills, like Anup said that in a service based industry you have the customer is god, and these essential skills are going to help them in the long run to do well professionally, right? And also crack interviews. So if essentially what we found is that most people don't know how to communicate, people don't know uh, how to bring out the thoughts to the other person, even if they realize if they know the technical skills or they know the knowledge, they're not able to bring it to the interviewer, right? They're not able to present it. Other than that, they have issues with presenting, with their presentation skills, and also personality development, right? It's very difficult for people to open up. And when at some point you have to manage people or lead a team, this is extremely important. So these are some of the skill sets we are currently focusing on because this is a pain point in most of the individuals. Also, we are conducting training sessions, on topics such as artificial intelligence, data science, software engineering by professionals like from Google and other eminent industries, Apple, etc. Right? Who are giving these sessions to these students and telling them exactly how to get themselves trained and what approach they followed to reach where they are today. So these are what our training or upskilling sessions are about. Other than that, we have the mentorship and coaching sessions which is around basically career guidance, making and getting out from the other individual that what is exactly that he or she wants to do in life, right? Which is again a pain point, because especially with college students, because they don't know what they want to do, right? They're running after 10 things. MBA also they want to do, CFA also they'll be doing everything together, but at the end, and then they'll be also sitting up for a job, right? So they're basically wasting their time and energy on 10 things and don't end up even achieving much. So that's how where we mentor them, we ask them out, we understand them through their psychometric tests, and we give them the best way forward, right? From a mentorship or coaching point of view. So these are the different sessions that we are conducting and helping the students grow through them.
Very interesting. Very interesting. And okay, let's candid conversation, Anuparna. So it is not an easy journey. Okay, that I'm sure that you're facing some, not roadblocks, but like what is your vision, say, from 6 months from now? Where do you want to be, and do you foresee any challenges coming your way?
So I think there are a couple of challenges which we have found. In the long run, we feel that there's a challenge because we are keeping mentors who are professionally experienced and also working, right?
Hmm.
So there's a challenge of engaging them over time, which many people have put up. That how do you think that you would be engaging your mentors? Will maybe in the maybe in the starting they're able to give time, later they might not, they might lose interest. So that's one pain point that we have not yet figured out. Now we are sorted, but in the long run, how will we engage them? Do we have to get in full time people to coach, because basically our platform is giving people leverage of experienced individuals, but this is one pain point we think we will have, and it's one of the questions.
Okay, that's very interesting. But you're confident, right? I mean, that's what I that you think that you have the skill sets, you have the ability to come through whatever the challenges are.
Yeah, that is just, I think that's just being confident, but again you have to be practical also.
Okay, awesome. No, no, that's absolutely fine, boss. That's absolutely fine. So great, Anup. So, what do you do to enhance customer experience, especially now? Okay, because ultimately it's about selling and making money. So, as a founder, as a startup entrepreneur, you have to pay salaries at the end of the day. You have to pay your suppliers. You have to survive, and
Yes,
you do want to fail, right? I mean, this is something that you have given your so many years of your life to. You don't want to make it a bad decisions along the way. So
absolutely.
in your day, what are the things that keep coming up that you have to, kind of face up to, figure out, make decisions? How does it work?
Okay, hospitality, especially being in people business, that's what they say, that all our industry is all about that. How do you deal with the people to get the best out of them? Now, the relationship that we have built over the 10 years, where the suppliers are the same, my joining team who was there is the same. How do you carry on with the show without giving any second thought for the people to come and dine in? Because they deserve the best dining experience, what we are known for. I spend a lot of times in all the three locations of mine, keep talking to them one to one. Having that conversation with them personally, being in front of their eyes itself creates a total different aura when they're dining it. So they feel that, okay, yeah, I know this guy, they are the old staffer. When I'm coming in, I will be taken care of. There is no new face to show them. It's all the old 10 years old faces that they are committed, that we will not dilute your experience in any way. Customer service. Again, as I said, that talking to them makes a total difference. They eat the food first from their eyes, then probably they taste it. We have kept that enhancement of our ingredients and our food at the same par what it used to be. Again, what I said earlier, I do not have any rights to disturb their dining experiences. I have not cut short my menu. I have not deleted any dishes. They are still the same. You call the vendors, have a meeting with them personally, and that's what I have done is I said that you will get your present payment on times what it used to be for all these years. The old payments which are there, it will get paid to you at par when I'm clearing your monthly bills. And these guys also understand, and they have the faith with us that okay, it's not going anywhere, it's going to come back to me, maybe not immediately, but after certain period of time. And that what has kept us in a very comfortable position. And you're trying different means in social media, you're trying to enhance your sales, you're trying to do working lunch to all the corporates, which is not happening, you're trying to do catering, which is not happening. Concentration lies is people who are coming in dine in. Treat them in the best possible way, and they are going to do the returns to you. It's the word of the mouth which will work in this present scenario. Do it at the best possible way so that tomorrow you see smiling and not frowning at yourself.
That's very nice. So, smiling, talking to the stakeholders, making things very clear and transparent, right? I think that's something that is, I won't call it negotiation, but it's something that no, relax, relax, Anup. Don't worry about connection. But you have to figure things out. Beautiful, Anup. Thank you so much for that. Now, Anupata, coming back to you, are you facing any challenges because you're young, you're a woman entrepreneur, and how do you have to navigate that field anytime, or is it all okay for you?
Uh, as a woman entrepreneur, I think there are challenges with respect to working with people. I think people
Okay.
don't take women seriously, and I'm telling this from a very direct perspective, and very directly they don't take them seriously. Okay, in the initial state, so you
Yeah.
have to be very tough with people, right?
Okay.
Generally, I'm not a tough person, but it's only when I work. I have become tough over time, realizing that this mindset is there. So yes, I mean, what all we say that there's a lot of empowerment going on. People don't take women seriously,
Hmm.
and yes, it in the starting it becomes a challenge, but over time you have to just be a little tough and tell them too that yes, I want this work done no matter what. So so then that's a challenge. Then they'll be like, oh my god, she's a lady, how can she behave this way? They'll have that perspective, but you have to work around that. Okay, fine, let them think whatever they want.
Good,
So
good. That is
so
no,
this
but
is
I'm
what I
glad.
feel, right?
No, I'm so glad that at least you're bringing this out, right? See, because recently at the time we did this women entrepreneurs program. Okay, we brought in a lot of people to kind of, and they did say that sometimes as a woman entrepreneur, there's a little bit of non-seriousness in how people deal with them. But I think that's a little bit unfair. But yeah, but the ownership lies with you. Okay, we can't blame the world. You have to somehow
Right.
figure out how to make your thing done. And Anup, don't worry about the bad connection. Okay, it's all part of the thing. Relax, relax.
I
Yeah,
paid my bill, trust me.
yeah, yeah. No, 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 don't worry, don't worry. This all that happens, buddy. Don't
Yeah,
worry. Okay.
sometimes
So,
this area acts a little funny.
okay, so Anupata, one of the questions that I want to ask you is that what is it that you've done in the past that is helping you today? Are there any gaps in your skill sets? Are there some productivity tools that you want to adopt or are adopting that will help you as an entrepreneur? And this is something that remember you're talking to the audience where there are a lot of founders. So what are some of the things that you need to do which you think is smart, productive, and will help you in your journey as a founder?
Right. So I think like from a gaps perspective, yeah. So I haven't worked with very large teams, right? And in the long run, when we build, that would be. So I'm working on getting coached by people, right? So as I said, I had enrolled one and was a part of being coached by Mr. David Metzler. So I learned a lot of things from him, right? And his perspective around things is extremely different. How to behave with your customer, especially in the coaching industry, right? So basically, since this is not a very defined industry here in India, and there's a lot of stuff happening in the US, so I'm currently working with such people, working over there, right? Trying to connect with them, trying to understand it aesthetically. How do they do it their way, right? To understand the gap, bring it, Indianize it, and bring it here. So that's one of the things I'm working on. Right, working with coaches, mentors, understanding what it is. Other than that, in terms of skills, I'm trying to hone my own skills in terms of soft skills, right? Because if I feel that if I'm a soft skills trainer, I should be trained in that myself. So I'm going for a certification in that in
Okay.
order to be able to, build a company which will be able to train people. So that's one of the other things. And that, yeah, I think connecting with people around you, right? And being very I think supportive of other people. What I, whenever some other founder comes up to me, I always try to support them. I try to help them. I give a perspective from my end because I know then they will give something back, right? So that's the knowledge transfer, and that discussion in itself gives you a lot of pointers. And I think that has worked for me a lot, right? So I always believe in that growing with each other is something I've always believed in, and also with my team. So yeah, I think there are a lot of skills that I have to learn because I'm pretty young. But yeah, in I think because in the past, right, I have tried to work on other things. I organized the first MUN in my college, right? That was also a big experience. So I have been able to organize things from ground level. So I do know that how things can be done. So that has given me a perspective, not a very big one, but yeah, I'm learning day by day. That's what I would say.
Awesome. So I think that kind of attitude is very important, and I think that what you mentioned about soft skills, giving knowledge transfers, supporting other founders, the world will pay you back, right? It's a paid forward kind of concept, and you get the love and the affection back from the ecosystem. So don't
Right.
stop doing that. But the word of caution would always be that you have to take care of yourself first, and
Right.
you have to make sure that you are, your whatever your environment, whatever your circle of influence is totally handled. And yes, the world is there to support and guide and give all the good stuff back to you, Anuparna. Amazing.
Right.
Thank you for that. Okay, so Anup, your smile is back, and I think your connectivity also seems okay. So touch wood.
You know what? When you ask me some question, then only it goes down. I don't know why.
I'm not going to ask you a question. No questions asked. So let's just chat. Okay.
No.
So, Anuparna talked about soft skills, knowledge
Yeah.
transfers, helping people out, pay it forward,
Yeah.
and creating a lot of support systems in the ecosystem. So in the world of restaurants, in the world of hospitality, and
Yes.
what's going on around that? What are you guys talking to each other about?
We're talking about the survival instinct. That's about it. That is the only thing that we're talking about. The other topic which might just emerge is a topic where we all discuss that have you paid rent to your owners?
Okay.
That's what coming. But on a serious note, is the survival instinct that you're coming in. What you are trying to do in your business, just flat, and there is nothing fancy which is happening. There's no hish. It is goes down to background reality that you keep it simple, you keep it straight. Your food will talk about it. Let your food talk instead of you talking it. So it's just a survival instinct that you have to deal with the situation, get the best out of it, learn an experience, write it down on your thesis that okay, wow, I was able to survive. And tomorrow you're going to see that okay, there's a brightness awaiting at the end of the tunnel. So yeah, that's all.
Amazing. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all we talk.
Very lot of positive energy in that, Anup, and you're right.
Yes,
And
sir.
it's not just hotels, Anup. See, because you're right, that I'm also been part of co-working businesses and other things. So
Absolutely.
yeah, so a lot of this situation is around that. They're not talking to their landlords. They're trying to, like negotiate once again, explaining to them as to what the situation is. So
Yeah.
yeah, you got to have good relationship, good goodwill with all your stakeholders, and that's the way forward.
Absolutely.
And with
Absolutely.
your employees and customer, that's very nice, Anup. Beautiful.
Yes.
So, what I would also like to now ask both of you, right? I mean, and you can take it as a free-wheeling conversation, also, but crisp conversation. That you all have been with India, you all have been with different ecosystems. Anup, you have worked in Germany as well, right? So,
Yes.
what is this factors of resilience? And Anuparna, you also talked about building your skill sets. Okay,
Right.
so and mental fortitude, physical fitness, these are all not just something to be scoffed at, soft skills. Okay, so what do you think that you should be doing for to build this even better and stronger for yourself, your teams, etc., and what is your roadmap? So if you have to just give a kind of short bite of tools or skill sets or whatever it is, or what do you do to keep yourself going to the rest of the founding ecosystems and entrepreneurs? What did you have to say? You guys can take it forward. Whoever wants to go next, let there not be silence.
Okay. Okay. I'll do this first, if you don't mind, with your permission, Anupama.
Yeah, definitely. Please go
Okay.
ahead.
See, I'll tell you something very interesting which I have faced personally. I started my career with Taj and then went to Merchant Navy, working in London with a luxury cruise liner. Now, a guy who has always been exposed to an Indian market, right? You're trying to do the best you can in professional way, learning new things and entering a land that you have always seen in a map. Did not realize that there are 165 nationalities who works on board. Now, some works with you, some works above you, some works under you, and some doesn't like to look at you, maybe for whatever reason. How do you cope up with different nationalities' work ethics that you do not compromise at your working place? That was really, really challenging. But at the same point of time, the work relations, it's that all we can carry forward to enhance our career, to enhance our future, is the relationship that we build. So in this relation, few people might come forward that, okay, I need to give this guy a helping hand. I need to, explain the concept to him that he gets it right. There are few good people around who really helps and tells you the right way that it needs to be addressed to. And that really helped me. 165 nationalities of guy working in uh, was not easy. And I'll tell you one life example also, very funny thing. London accent, you know people in India can understand them, but what about Scottish accent? Oh man, you cannot even believe. Yeah, you cannot even believe that the way they speak, you will understand, and you make a face, a very blank face itself gives you. Now, if you are so matured in your thought that you're working or you're your own boss, how do you develop your mental instinct instantly that you do not compromise in any level? And this is what happened with me. And trust me, few right people were there to address these issues, and we were one of the first batch of Asians who were ranked as officers on board. So that was a proud moment. So if you did not realize that what you need to work on your instincts and you did not work on it, you wouldn't be wearing a badge on your shoulders. But that happened. So that is something very, very important for you. Likewise, in Germany, when I was there, we were doing, again, you are working in a market where you're not exposed to the language. You go to a supermarket and you're trying to buy something that you've not seen before. It's all written in Deutsch. You don't read Deutsch. How do you do it? Ask the supervisor of the supermarket. Few good people's, the reflection of your personality, the aura, the positivity that you spread around will speak to you for yourself, even at the darkest hour. So I think so. Your personality and your acceptance to the people speaks very, very loudly.
Interesting, very interesting. And I mean, as long as you're clear that there are challenges in front of you, but you're self-aware, you can
Yes,
still manage and you can navigate whatever the minefield over there. Anupama,
absolutely.
thank you so much, Anup. Very insightful.
Pleasure. Pleasure.
Thank you. And Anupana, would you like to?
Yeah, yeah. So, what I personally feel that when building a team, or when being a leader, leadership is more about taking a little bit of more of the blame and little less of the credit, right?
Hmm.
Because in the long run, when you work in teams and when you have different teams, there are always feuds between the team, right? One person feels that this is odd, that is odd. So what I do usually I do is that to streamline this process, I just say that it's okay. Okay, it was my fault. Just get over it. I mean, you should not have you should have 0% ego when you're a leader, right? Or when you're doing negotiations or when you're collaborating, right? Because see, in a fit of anger, I see that most people do wrong things or are not able to go ahead because they keep their ego ahead of everything else, right? So just saying a sorry is not going to change the world, and you're not going to be a bad person, or nothing is going to go wrong with that. It's going to actually make you move ahead as an individual. And it's okay. I mean, even if someone is working under you, that doesn't matter, right? If you say sorry to them, okay, fine, let's forget about it, let's just start on a positive note. So I believe that's very important, and that's something uh, I would want to do, because you cannot do anything alone. You have to always work with people, with teams, and streamlining that is very important for me, that my team is happy. Okay, if there is something that is wrong with them, I always take out the time, at any time of the day I am available to talk to them, to understand what their challenges are, and that's the process I'm going to always follow, right? That you have to be always there for your team. You have to always be there when they face challenges as a leader, and there is an ecosystem that is happening all across the country, right? Even where I've worked, where managers behave as if they're God, and that's not the thing. Your team will never work that way, and that's something as a streamlined process which I wish to change in my team or in any place where I work.
Interesting, Annapurna. So you're confident, and that definitely exudes from the screen as well. Okay, so that's really nice. And I promised you guys that it will not go beyond 40, 45 minutes at the most, and,
Right.
and that's what matters. So if you have to, say 1 year from now, let me now give you a 1 year from now scenario. Touch wood, fingers crossed that a lot of things would have changed positively. Where do you see what do you see yourself doing differently and bigger or whatever way, right? What are you guys going to be doing 1 year from now? Okay, same company, you're doing what you're doing, but what is it that you see as differently like happening with you in say 1 year from now? More people, more team, more customers. You digitally, what are you going to do better?
I think that as far as MentorBox is concerned, I believe that 1 year down the line, we would want that at least we can, bring about or give our mentorship programs and have each and every individual, at least 1 lakh students should have mentorship, right?
Okay, okay, wow.
Whether it is through our platform or any, but at least 1 lakh students should be able to understand what mentorship
Hmm.
is what we feel is our goal for the next 1 year. And also I would love that if I can train at least these number of students, especially in soft skills, so that
Okay.
it's not because of this small skill that they lag behind, right?
Hmm.
It's a very basic skill which you can learn, and I don't want the students of our country to be behind just because of that, and that's one of the goals which we have for
Very
the next
noble,
1 year.
very, very noble, Anupana, and I'm sure that you will crack this, okay? And whatever support that you want from the ecosystems and from whatever communities, please feel free to reach out. Happy to do
Thank
that,
you.
from Thai Bangalore and other things. We can do some session. We'll figure it out. We'll work that out. Okay.
Definitely,
And
definitely. Thank
guys, this is Jagat from Phone. I think Anupana, you know him well, of
you.
course,
Yeah.
college senior and everything. And Anup, so Bitphone is his platform, by the way. This is the platform that he has built, and he's
Yeah.
an entrepreneur, of course. So Jagat, good evening.
Very good evening.
Hi,
I'm very
Jagat.
sorry. Hi, Anup. Very, very glad to have you. Annapurna as well. Thanks for coming. Thanks, Vijeta. Of course, I don't know Annapurna too well. In fact, just, we're in a mutual group and I see her very active. And I saw Mentorbox. I found it to be interesting. I thought let's invite her and take her views. Wonderful to have someone from the hotel industry as well, Anup.
He has a very beautiful restaurant in Kalyan Nagar and a couple of other places as well. Yeah, so he's worked in cruise lines. He's worked in Germany with Satyam, and we know
Amazing.
each other because we were working with Taj West End. So, in fact,
Okay,
there are a lot of hoteliers who are
Hi,
now,
hi, Jagat. Thank you.
yeah, a lot of hoteliers in the hospitality business have taken up entrepreneurship, and
that's
they're
great.
working and they're doing amazing stuff. So, Jagat, tell us as an entrepreneur, and you were actually supposed to be part of the panel, but we couldn't. But your challenges, how do you see your challenges over the next 6 months? What's happening with you?
Great question, Vijeta. And see, I think the one thing is with Anup also, and I think guys from the hospitality industry would make great entrepreneurs, right? Because I think customer service is at the heart of the whole industry. So I think that make I wish you all the best. Coming to our challenges,
Thank you.
Vijeta, obviously, very very competitive space. The technology is not easy to build, especially here in India. Like I told you, I was juggling between my Airtel, my SIM, and I just had to get. Luckily, my mother is staying with me, so to get the phone. So her Geo is working, the Airtel doesn't work. And it was just a bit of an emergency situation. So these fundamental issues with digital infrastructure exist, right? We can't have high quality video of the browser like this, which is hyper secure. People may use apps that they download where they may have better quality, but you must understand that they're also getting a lot more into your system, and they're also running it. When you're closing the app, it's a high possibility that they're still processing data. So I think one is network connectivity. I think is a really big problem in India still for good quality video chat. Uh, I think overall we are looking very very positive, Vijeta. I think we have done so many sessions, and the entire world for the next 5 years, I believe, is 70% of transactions will happen on video. We haven't even started those. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And I'm happy to now join in. I mean, my network looks okay, and so far so good.
fantastic. So Jagat, see, let's talk about specifically Anoop's business first. Hotel business, they are struggling with walk-ins, but they still can sell. They can still attract customers. They can still create a lot of digital engagement. Which Anoop, it will actually help you to maybe get people to do takeaways or plan an evening out with you, or whatever, right? Or invite you for some outdoor catering, whatever. There are so many
Sure.
opportunities. So
Sure.
maybe think about that, and Jagat, maybe something that we can work with Anup, because he's also
Yeah.
done, I remember Anup, you have done these courses, used to interview other chefs, used to talk
Yes.
about dishes, right?
Yes.
And ingredients, etc. Right? So maybe we
Yes.
can help you with those things also.
Sure. I've done a lot of master classes,
Yeah, yeah.
lot of live shows, which has done in Bangalore. I was the guy who did a lot of corporate master chef, and those guys, apparently one of them decided to quit his job and have his own restaurant in JP Nagar.
Wow.
Uh, Unbelievable. I did a lot of shows for the kids for 1MG Mall, exclusively for them. So yeah, very interesting. A lot of things can be done. It needs to be done.
Awesome.
Anup, just curious, which is this hotel? Because my dad's house is JP Nagar. I'm staying now like 2 kilometers from there, my house. Which hotel is that? If you tell me the name.
I'm so sorry. His name is Sarvesh. I don't know the
Okay.
name of the hotels that he has. We do
Yeah.
keep chatting once a while on Facebook, but I can get
Yeah.
back to you. I can tell you what the name of the restaurant is.
But I think very interesting. I mean, good question, Vijita. About how the whole restaurateurs. I think everyone in the restaurant industry, be it the chefs, be it the management part, administration, operations. I think all of them now, obviously it's challenging, right? People are so one thing I see is that the seating capacity is drastically going to be reduced because of the social distancing, right? So where you could have 40 tables, you have today, 10, right? So that's I think a fundamental difference. But at the same time, I would say like weekdays, there's not so much occupancy, right? Typically, you see a restaurant like weekdays, there's not so many people. Weekends, obviously, it will be full. But I would be very excited to explore some business models. You said Master Chef, that itself kind of ring a bell in my head. I said, wow, there can be something amazing. Because see, you're basically, we'll of course discuss. I've not thought deeply about this,
Sure.
but definitely, there has to be a lot of wonderful opportunities. You would like to hear from you, Anup. What are your thoughts, and what would you like to do? What do you think is missing in the digital marketplace with respect to food and hotels?
Digital marketplace, exclusively for my industry, hospitality. Too many bloggers, man. Too many bloggers, too many influencers. Uh, that's creating a havoc. The guys who does not even know that in food industry there is nothing called bloggers. There is only a food critics, and that also you earn a degree only with a lot of thesis and experiments and a lot of studies together. Everybody wants to be a blogger. I'll give them a dish. Trust me, I specialize in Mediterranean fusion. Started with the service. I got enhancement in UK in the production line, which is the kitchen line. That has not been an easy journey, and I have learned all through these years in a very hard way, which is the result that I'm able to explore different opportunities that comes on my way. When somebody comes and says that okay, this is always rubbish, I just tell them that okay, I give you the ingredient, you make something out of it and show it to them. Digital media is a great platform. At this present scenario, it's an amazing one. But too many cooks spoil the dish, the broth. This is what happens, at least in Indian market, which needs to stop. There needs to be a criteria with different companies like Zomato, because they are the one who created all this havoc. There needs to be a criteria that you identify one person, whether chain de Rotesia, which is a very fantastic hospitality chain. Mr. Vijeta Shastri would know about it. You get people coming into that group only with a certain criteria. That needs to be followed, because once you get your basics right in the hospitality industry, there are very, very rare chances that the final product that you get is wrong. That needs to be addressed too.
I think because the process would be in place, and typically things would fall in line.
Yes.
So I think, yeah, that's one side. I think we look at the blogger side of things, but I'm also thinking, right? I'm trying to keep it open. Obviously, you have the Swiggies and Zomatos, which would solve a lot. Of course, yours is about the ambience also, right? It's not just the food. I think
Absolutely.
that's the whole point of having a place there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we should connect it. I think it's very challenging, but I'm sure there should be some very innovative business models we should pull through. Let's see what we can do.
Absolutely. It needs to be.
Annapurna also, Vijata, I mean, I would love to, know, I've never actually known what a business is. I mean, one time I think we spoke on the phone. Would love to know. And she's also tried Bitcoin. I would like your feedback. What is the issue? Try again. We keep making improvements.
No, it's a founder's game right now, right? Entrepreneurs are most required because they are the ones who are going to create all the innovation, the jobs, and make life so much more easier and simpler. But I think what Annapurna is doing is amazing, right? I like her vision, and Annapurna, you must whatever the challenges are, don't give up on that. Providing the mentoring, providing the insights to young students and to people who want to start up and want to become entrepreneurs. It's such a needed activity, definitely. So we should give her all the support possible, Anu.
Have you kickstarted, Annapurna, like some events, these mentoring things on MentorBox? You have, right?
Yeah. We've started. We have had around 15, 16 sessions, right? And
Please,
now we are going to colleges to do the sessions, right? That we're starting with eminent colleges, and then we are moving to the other colleges. So means just the college that I know in my circle. So that's how we're trying to go, because it's always top down approach. Because if we go from down to up, the top colleges will not allow us. that's that's the thing. So people ask me that why soft skills are much needed in tier 2 and tier 3, and I say that yeah, I understand that, but then we won't be able to do it in tier 1 entirely, right? Because they'll be like, we cannot do this. That's the mentality people have. We can't change that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
No, that's fine. There's plenty of opportunity. Yeah, so much of opportunity, and I think you should not stop the battle that you're facing, and don't worry about it, Anupana. I'm sure that we'll give you all the support that we can give to you. Okay.
thank you.
So Jagat, we have almost 1 hour on the clock. Okay, so I don't want to take up more time. But let's do more things, Anupurna. Please let us know. I mean, whichever part of that WhatsApp group that you're in, and Jagat's also part of it. But
no, we have a group called the MNNIT Startup. So this is NIT Allahabad.
So
It's now called Prayagraj.
So you're keeping an eye on what she's doing, and what matters is, can there be something that we can all cross collaborate and come together and do some things? See, because I think Anupana, what we also want to do is, I think we have not done anything for students as such, right, Jagat? At Bitcoin,
we should.
you're not hosted anything. So maybe you can do a small snippet, 15, 20 minutes, just talk about something which is like it's a teaser for Mentor Box also. Okay, it's like
Right.
you should also gain from it. You should gain from the thing, and it's a seamless platform. There's Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and we'll promote it. We'll push it out to a larger and larger audience. I'll tweet about it. I'll put it on my LinkedIn, and we'll tag a lot of folks around that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
Yours is
Definitely.
specifically entrepreneurship, Annapurna. Like you're only focusing on that, starting up.
Yeah. I'm only focusing on entrepreneurship as of now. Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting. Anup, welcome back, sir. These poor guys facing connectivity issues out there. So, Jagat, is there something else that you would like to quickly share with the audience? And I don't want to keep up because Anupan had also asked that can we finish it within 1 hour. So I want to make sure that we finish it within that 1 hour.
Yes. No, I think first of all, I hope they gain something from it. The whole idea is to just bounce off some ideas.
Yeah.
Right, and I hope that maybe you can also be in touch. Right, we can probably connect with later again and look how we can do it. Of course, Vijeta and I, we are in touch. So I will again after this again we chat. So
no, let's
best wishes.
Yeah, let's do maybe Anupana, you figure it out, a 20-minute kind of masterclass session. Okay. We'll promote it at least 5-6 days before that. We'll push out an email. We'll cross promote it, push it out. I'll put it on the ecosystem.
Yeah.
And let's get some good things happening. Yeah, let's help you out with that.
Okay. Definitely. Thank you so much.
Most welcome. And even this session is out on YouTube and Facebook, and it's on Vidphone TV as well. So maybe you could, Jagat, share her whatever information you want later on, and she can push it out to get some fresh publicity and fresh business and fresh whatever, everything else that one needs as a startup. Okay.
No, so what you do is you just message me tomorrow, Annapurna. Let's do that. Maybe tomorrow about midday, right? Like 12 o'clock or something like that. Just drop me a WhatsApp, and we'll
Right.
figure out some structure, and we'll take it from there.
Definitely. Definitely.
All
Right?
right.
Because we have the ecosystem, so we'll help push it also.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Right?
Okay, so thank you so much, Jagat.
Right.
Thank you so much, Anupanna. And Anup, if you're watching us, thank you so much, buddy. Don't worry about it. Okay, you.
Thank you to Vijeta.
Yeah,
Most
yeah,
important.
always, always. And it's customer service time for Anup in his restaurant, so we should not keep him away from that. All right, and take care, guys. Thank you so much, Anupanna. It was a very, very nice conversation. Lots to learn from you as well, and wish you all the very best with your journey. I'm sure you'll do really well, and we will keep in touch. Okay.
Definitely. Definitely. And thank you for having me here. And thank you, Jagat, for
Thank
inviting me.
Right, and Anup's back. Anup, how are you doing? Don't
And
worry. So we were just saying, Anup, that
no what?
it's 7:30 almost, and it's customer service time for you, and your restaurant is getting ready to welcome your guests. And we wish you all the very best.
Wow.
Oh,
All
nice,
right.
Yeah.
nice,
No. Thank
nice.
you. Thank you.
No, it looks good. And but Anup, the parting words that Jagat and me were also talking about is think about the digital world, okay? Because you can't
Yes.
ignore it. You
Yes.
need to use it, leverage it smartly, ethically.
Sure.
I mean,
Sure.
we should use those two words very carefully. It should be ethical, it should be smart and positively. And so that you can attract customers, you can let people know about the great job, about your team. Anup, maybe you should talk about hygiene standards, talk about let people know. I know you're doing it. I follow you on Facebook and I always make it a point to put a like, share, and all that kind of stuff, Instagram, Facebook, all that.
Absolutely.
But maybe video also plays a role. Maybe we'll figure things out. Yeah, Anup, Jagat, maybe.
Absolutely. I'll be happy to work that way.
Yeah.
Sure.
So maybe some folks out there, entrepreneurs in your community who are passing by for a meal, they want to give a shout out on Vidphone,
Yes.
and they go, yeah, we'll figure out. No, we have to do something different, boss. Won't work otherwise.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
No, and I see potential, Anup. Really, I don't. I see a huge. Nobody's done apart from Zomato and Swiggy. There is really no real, core food play. And let's think. I'm happy to collaborate.
Yeah, we'll connect again and see the just go through the possibilities. I'll be happy to work.
Fantastic.
Done.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
And,
you.
And any closing words? Okay, we still have 2 minutes to 7:30. So any message that you want to give to the founders, and all three of you, Chris, 15, 20 seconds.
Maybe the lady first. Yeah.
I would say that stay happy and positive and just keep working hard.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Anupuna. That's very sweet. Okay, Anup.
This message is to Annapurna and to Jagat. Obviously, you guys have not come and dine at Aioli, so you're missing out on the chilling that you guys do while we grill. So make sure that you get your presence here. And it was lovely interacting, and trust me, an amazing personality. I'm so happy to, interact with you, Annapurna, and wishing you the best of possibilities and success all through your life.
Thank you so much. And I would really love to come down there, and I hope you have an outlet here in Delhi soon.
Sure. Maybe someday.
Dine there.
Maybe someday.
Ambitious goals in life. Good.
Find me an investor. I'll be coming.
Yeah. Good. Thank you.
Okay, my turn. So I think again, just want to thank Annapurna. Thanks so much, Anup and Vijeta. Of course, this is a boardroom discussions are not one-time events, right? So obviously we'll be in touch. Let's see how best we'll collaborate. And of course, a special thank you to the main man, Vijeta Shastri, for all the wonderful work with the ecosystem, non-stop. It's insane. I haven't slept all through yesterday night, Vijeta. You know that I've just been working through the night, and I'm like 48 hours now. But honestly speaking, you make my grind worthwhile. Thank you.
So
He's a man.
No, we got to try to do our best, guys. See, because I know the pain. Okay, I mean, trust me on this. I don't talk too much about it, but look, we have seen what can go right, what can go wrong. I've also been through my grind and the ups and downs, whatever it is. But we don't give up hope. And I think what the informal boardroom, what we want to co-create and innovate here is, what can we do for each other, right?
Yeah.
And it's not about just giving and someone just taking. Okay, I mean, Annapurna, I was very clear about that, right? You give, but you also must be able to take something and gain something. And I think what the informal boardroom, what we want to co-create and innovate here is, what can we do for each other, right? And it's not about just giving and someone just taking. Okay, I mean, Annapurna, I was very clear about that, right? You give, but you also must be able to take something and gain something. And overachieve and everything that you're doing because of the support from the ecosystems. And maybe Anupana, one of the things that we can do is let's figure out how we can tap the Delhi, the North India ecosystem. There are a lot of colleges in UP, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh also who need a lot of help. Okay. So maybe if you want some mentors, seasoned entrepreneurs in different fields. For example, Anup and me can do a session on soft skills. Okay. I mean, who
Right.
better than Anup because he's from, in hotels and I worked in retail and hotels
Right.
and I've been a certified trainer, coach, whatever, all that kind of stuff, whatever it is. But we can really create something really nice and we can do it digitally with the help of Jagat. So let's figure it out. Okay. Whatever you need, whatever support you want, whatever we can do to help you to grow as well, let's do that. Okay.
Definitely. Definitely. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you so much.
And more power to life and to making lots of money as well to all of you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Take care.
See you.
Have a
Thank you.
great, have a great night,
Yeah.
everyone.
Stay safe, stay healthy. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Jagat.
Thank you.
Yeah.